You clicked on this video because the title resonated with you. So maybe my story will resonate with you as well. Now, with that being said, I was 19 years old when I went on my first date. 19 years old. Okay, at the end of 2019, around Halloween time, I remember it like it was yesterday. I took this girl that I had met on Tinder. Fun fact, she was in one of the Tinder Tuesday videos, but I took this girl that I met on Tinder to this haunted house. It was called Cutting Edge. It was my first date ever, and I caught feelings. I caught feelings. Literally, the only thing we did was hold hands, and that's all it took. Because that was the first time I had ever experienced that type of vibe around a girl, okay? And that was my introduction into love. Now, at the time, I was this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young kid. I didn't understand that on the other side of love is pain. I didn't understand that. I had heard it in R&B songs about heartbreak, but I had never lived it. So it didn't resonate with me. I didn't understand what type of pain a girl was capable of bringing out of me. Until that girl told me, the same girl that I went on that first date with, that she wasn't looking for a relationship and that she just wanted to be casual. Now, me being the optimist that I am, okay, that same driving force that has kept me pushing through my YouTube journey, that same driving force kept me after her. Okay, I persisted in the pursuit of that girl. A girl who wanted nothing to do with any type of romantic relationship with me. I didn't care. Kept pursuing her. You know how that story ends. Okay, I got my heart broken. After her, another girl. Okay, you would think I learned my lesson, but I didn't. Another girl, this time that I met on Bumble. I thought, different app, different girl. I was wrong. Things were going smoothly. In fact, we both told each other that we wanted a relationship. And in my mind, if we're going out on dates and we both want a relationship, that means we want a relationship with each other. We're going on dates and I catch feelings again. Probably after the second date, already caught feelings. Buying her roses, all types of stuff. Now, I don't regret doing any of this stuff, mind you. This was all a part of my learning experience. But needless to say, that situation did not work out. It didn't work out, okay? Even though she wanted a relationship, she didn't want a relationship with me. And that cut me even deeper. I was 0 for 2 in my life. And these both happened within a 3-month time span. So believe me, I was going through it. Or at least I thought I was going through it. Until I met the girl after her. This time I decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and get back on Tinder. Because it worked out so well for me in the past, might as well give it another shot. Got back on Tinder. And if you want to know that story, you can go and read my book, Soul Shock, because I go in depth. But what I will say about that is that right there was my breaking point. That situation with that girl, the heartbreak that I experienced dealing with her, that was ultimately the catalyst behind my self-development journey, behind my YouTube career, and behind all of the success and accomplishments that you guys have seen me obtain and experience along my journey. A lot of the things that I've been able to do to inspire you guys were fueled by the pain that I felt by the rejection from those girls. And on an even deeper level, the self-rejection that caused me to pursue girls that clearly did not want a relationship, whether with me or in general. Okay, that self-rejection, that right there is what fueled me. But that's a conclusion that I only came to recently. The majority of my YouTube journey was fueled by the pain of rejection. I remember that last girl that I mentioned, the girl from my book, Soul Shock. I remember telling her, I'm going to be somebody one day. Nobody believes in me now, but fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna be somebody one day. Everyone's gonna know who I am. I'm going to move far away. I'm gonna get a Tesla. I'm gonna let you drive it. I was telling her all of this stuff and I genuinely meant it from the bottom of my heart. I knew at that point in time, even though I had around 600 subscribers, even though I was working at a dead-end job, I knew that there was something greater for me out there and I wasn't going to let anybody stop me. And when I lost her, that right there, that was the tipping point for me. That's when I realized that I had to get my shit together. Okay, I couldn't afford to chase women anymore. I had to chase my purpose, even if it came at the expense of my well-being. Now, like I said, this was all rooted in self-rejection, but I didn't know it at the time. All I knew is that in my mind, these girls thought that I wasn't good enough for them. And like I said, this is all rooted in my own insecurities. This is me projecting my negative self-perception through them. And regardless of the reasons why they chose to not pursue relationships with me, it didn't matter. I created a narrative in my head that they didn't think I was good enough. Therefore, I had to level up so that they could regret the decisions that they made. That is what fueled me through my first 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. It took me until I hit 100,000 subscribers and I made that video calling out that girl for laughing at my dreams. Okay, which that was the second girl that I mentioned. Calling out that girl for laughing at my dreams of hitting 1,000 subscribers at the time. To realize that doing things to prove people wrong does not bring fulfillment. It doesn't bring fulfillment at all. Okay, and I know that may not be what you want to hear right now. A lot of you guys who are on self-development, your journey started with pain as the catalyst. Okay, you got your heart broken, you got rejected by a girl that you probably had immense feelings for, and it broke you so deeply that you had to find that inner fire. I get that, I've been there. Okay, if 2020 Jordan was watching this video, he probably would have clicked off already because he doesn't want to hear this shit. But this is real. And this is something that I realized today while talking to my therapist. I realized that a lot of the fire that I had after getting my heart broken time and time again, that right there was such a potent source of fuel that no matter what obstacle presented itself, I was going to continue moving forward on my path to greatness. But now that I've done the shadow work and I've made my peace with being rejected in the past, which like I said, these were just reflections of my own inner rejection. Now that I've done the shadow work, I realize that that is no longer a viable source of fuel. It's very potent when it's there, but it's not sustainable. And even if you can sustain it for years, for decades, for the rest of your life, you'll accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish, and you'll still be miserable. Because guess what? You're still living for their validation. Okay, you are still living for somebody else's acceptance. You want their approval. They are still living rent-free in your head. What difference does it make whether or not you're successful if your success is contingent on their opinion of you? That one girl, bro, she's not thinking about you. She is not thinking about you, and even if she is, what difference does it make? She either likes you or she doesn't. You being more successful doesn't change that. If a girl likes you because you're more successful now, she doesn't like you. She likes what you have and what you can do for her. Okay, and that's not the type of girl that you want to be with. And that's something that I had to realize. I had to realize that I have to be at peace with myself enough to honor my boundaries, expand my boundaries, but honor them wherever they are. And do it for me and for the people that I have a chance to impact, because that right there, that is a sustainable source of fuel. If you find a passion for genuinely making an impact in people's lives, if you make it your mission to make people's lives better, for my money, that's greatness. Getting a Rolls Royce so that you can drive past your ex or whatever girl broke your heart in the past and flex on her, they gotta see me now. That's not greatness, man. I don't care how much money you have, that's not greatness. You can't be great until you're at peace with yourself. And these are lessons that I'm learning for myself. I've been through that. I've experienced that. And I realized that, like I said, for as potent of a source of fuel that pain can be, it is not sustainable and it's not healthy because it perpetuates that inner rejection. You are still telling yourself that you are not good enough for that girl and that you'll never be good enough. If you weren't good enough when you were broke, it doesn't matter. And the chances are, maybe it wasn't even about you being good enough. Maybe you just weren't compatible. Maybe the timing was just bad. There are a lot of different reasons why a girl could reject you. It could be that she's not ready for a relationship. But when you have that degree of self-rejection running in the background of your mind without you even realizing it, you don't want to hear that. You just want to watch red pill videos and find confirmation bias in your victim mentality. I've been there. I know what that feels like. I felt it and I've lived it. And I've decided that I can't live that way anymore. I simply can't do it because I value my peace of mind over the perceptions of other people, especially people who are not in my life.